Hey guys, as you already know that I was working on various playlists and I have committed that in some of my previous videos as well. And business statistics was one of them. Today's topic is going to be probability. We'll be talking about the basics of probability, and this goes as a part of the business statistics playlist as well. The business statistics playlist link will already be given in the description below so that you can go through and check other videos which are explained very nicely as per my understanding. Okay, now let's get started with this particular video. My name is Satyajit Pattnaik and you are watching my channel, so let's get started. Now before getting started with probability, I just wanted to make some announcement that over the past couple of days I was a little bit busy with other items. Now I'm pretty much relaxed, pretty much free, and not overburdened. So you can expect at least one video a day henceforth. It could be a regular video or it could be shorts video. I'm also planning for a lots and lots of shorts videos, which could be some Excel tips and tricks or Power BI trip tips and tricks and Tableau tips and tricks, which basically works as a pre-preparation or a pre-interview preparation kind of playlists, which you can definitely go through multiple tips and tricks and go for the interviews, and definitely will be beneficial from it. So okay, let's get back to work. Now today's topic is going to be probability, and we shall be talking about the basics of probability in this video. Now what exactly is probability? So if I talk about one scenario, which is rolling a die or maybe toss. So let's say we are tossing a coin. Now there are two chances, two outcomes, two possible outcomes. One is heads and one is tails. Now if somebody asks you what is the probability of getting a heads, that means what are the chances of getting a heads. So if there are two possible outcomes, heads and tails, the possible chances for heads is going to be 1 divided by 2, which is 0.5. That means there are 50% chances that the coin will have heads, and vice versa, 50% chances for a coin to be tails. Simple. Now theoretically, let's try to understand what is probability. If the trial is repeated number of times under homogeneous and identical condition, then the value of ratio of number of favorable cases to the number of possible cases is called as probability. In short, favorable cases divided by possible cases. Tossing a coin, if somebody asks about getting a heads, favorable cases is 1, total cases are 2, so the probability becomes 50% or 0.5. Probability value always lies between 0 to 1. Okay, so probability, as you can see, the formula is clear: number of favorable outcomes by total number of possible outcomes. Probability is always between 0 to 1. That we already know, because probability is nothing but what are the chances, and the percentage of the chances cannot go beyond 100%. You cannot really say that chances of India winning this match is 200%. No, that's a hypothetical assumption that we do. Maybe when we are doing a betting in between our friends, we usually tend to tell that India to आज जीतेगा ही 200%. But that's a hypothetical scenario. So logically, the total percentage is going to be 100. So the maximum probability value could be 1 and the minimum could be 0. Let's try to understand different terminologies in probability. What is a trial? Trial is each performance in a random experiment. What is the event? Outcome of trial is an event. What is a random experiment? To perform more than once. That means you are performing an experiment. Tossing a coin is an experiment. What is sample space? Total set of all possible outcomes in a random experiment. So, for an example, somebody asks you what are the chances that we get an even number while rolling a die. So, rolling a die, what are the possible outcomes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 possible outcomes. How many even numbers? 2, 4, and 6. So what will be the probability? Total favorable outcomes, which is 3, divided by total possible outcomes, which is 6. 3 divided by 6 is 0.5. Let's go ahead and check out some examples to help understand probability better. What is the probability of getting an even when throwing a single die? That I already explained. So the sample space here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, if you are a statistics or a mathematics student, this is how you should write an answer. But when it comes to, that's academic point of view. But when it comes to real scenarios, you don't have to write all these things. If you can able to create that value in your mind, that is more than enough. So the sample space here becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Event A is basically getting a number, even number. Probability of A is nothing but favorable outcomes, which is 2, 4, 6 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means 3 by 6, which is 0.5. So probability of getting an even number in single die is 0.5 or 50%, either of them. What is the probability of getting an head when tossing a fair coin? 1 by 2. Very simple. I'll not be explaining this further. Let's move on to the next one, which is additional rule of probability. So there is an addition rule of probability. What exactly is that? Let's try to understand. There are two different rules. That means probability of A union B is nothing but probability of A plus probability of B when two events are mutually exclusive. So rule 1, when two events are mutually exclusive, the probability that A or B will occur is the sum of probability of each event. That means rolling a die, what is the probability that we get either 1 or 6? Either 1 or 6. That means what is the probability of getting 1? 1 by 6. What is the probability of getting 6? 1 by 6. Add it up. That becomes 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. So the total probability of getting either 1 or 6 is nothing but probability of A plus probability of B. Because getting a 1 or getting a 6 are mutually exclusive. Rule number 2, when two events are not mutually exclusive, the probability will become the sum of probability of each event minus the intersection of A and B. I hope everybody knows about union and intersection. Union means or and intersection means and. Logical operations. I hope everybody is aware of it. If not, pause the video, go back to Google and try to do some research on union and intersection. Let's try to go through some examples. A single six-sided die is rolled. What is the probability of rolling a 2 or a 5? Probability of 2, which is probability of event A, is 1 by 6. Probability of 5, which is probability of event B, that is 1 by 6. Add it up, 2 by 3. Sorry, 2 by 6, which is 1 by 3. In a maths class, this is where the fun begins. In a math class of 30 students. So how many students do we have? 30 students. Simple. 17 are boys and 13 are girls. 17 boys and 13 girls. What is the probability of girl? 13 by 30. Simple. On a unit test, 4 boys and 5 girls made an A grade. On a unit test, 4 boys and 5 girls made A grade. So how many A grade total people got? A probability of A grade 9 by 30. Total 30 students. 9 people got A grade. So the probability of A grade is 9 by 30. Simple. And if my question is, if a student is chosen at random, what is the probability of choosing a girl or a student? Now, before finding girl or A, let's try to find what is the probability of girl and A. That means she should be a girl and A. That is nothing but 5 by 30. I hope everybody is clear. Girl and A grade 5 by 30. So this becomes, using the rule number 2, this becomes probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A and B. That's what I mean. A intersection B. Okay. Which becomes probability of A is 13 by 30 plus 9 by 30 minus 5 by 30. Now if you calculate 22 by 30 minus 5, 17 by 30, and the answer is 17 by 30. So this is following the rule number 2. Two events are not mutually exclusive. Okay. There are various concepts like independent events, and counting probability in independent events are also very tricky sometimes. When two events A and B, if any of them are said to be independent if any of the following equivalent statement holds true: probability of A by B equals to probability of A, probability of B by A equals to probability of B. So probability of A and B is nothing but probability of A multiplied with probability of B. Simple example again. Now somebody asks you, what is the probability of India winning the toss and having rain today? Those are not at all related to each other. They are two independent events, right? Winning a toss and raining today, how does it make sense? But yeah, in the field of mathematics there could be scenarios like this as well. Now individually speaking, what is probability of A? 1 by 2, because winning the toss means either heads or tails. So winning the toss, there are two aspects, winning and losing, so it's 1 by 2. What is probability of rain, which is B? That is also 1 by 2. It could rain, it could not rain, right? What is the combination of P and A and B? A and B is nothing but 1 by 2 multiplied with 1 by 2. So 1 by 4, which is nothing but 0.25. Other way around, like different technique to solve this. What are the possible outcomes? India winning and raining, India winning and not raining, India losing the toss and raining, India losing the toss and not raining. So how many outcomes are there for India winning and raining? Just one out of 4 instances, which becomes 1 by 4, which becomes 0.25. So this is all about probability. It's very fun. At least the basics of probability is fun to understand. Now, cumulative probability. What is cumulative probability? Cumulative probability refers to the probability that the value of a random variable falls within a specified range. In other words, it's defined as the probability of variable being less than or equal to specified value. Consider a coin flip experiment. If we flip a coin 2 times, we might ask what is the probability that the coin flips would result in one or fewer heads. The answer would be a cumulative probability. It would be probability that the coin flips results in 0 heads plus probability that the coin flip results on 1 head. On 0 head is 1 by 4, on 1 head is 2 by 4, which becomes 3 by 4, and that becomes 0.75. So if the question here is, I'll just explain the wordings in a better way. So simply what the question is telling, what is the probability of getting one or fewer heads? So one or fewer head means event less than equals to 1. Simple. So P of x, like event x happening less than equals to 1, is nothing but P of x equals to 0 plus P of x equals to 1. What is x equals to 0? That means 0 heads plus 1 heads. We'll talk about toss coin. If you are tossing 2 coins, what are the possible outcomes? HH, HT, TH, TT. So 0 heads, what is the probability of 0 heads? Only one instance, that is TT, plus 1 head, two instances, HT and TH, HT and TH. So this becomes 1 by 4 plus 2 by 4, this becomes 3 by 4, this becomes 0.75. So 75% chances are that the coin flips would result in one or fewer heads. This is all about cumulative probability. Another example of cumulative probability will be, I hope this is the last slide. Another example would be, what is the commute time for candidates reaching the office uh, for whom commute time is less than equals to 40 minutes? So anything below 40 minutes, commute time of let's say you have few passengers or few customers who are reaching in 25 minutes, who are reaching in 30 minutes, who are reaching in 35 minutes, who are reaching in 40 minutes. Now the cumulative probability will be the addition of all this number of customers divided by the total customers, right? So cumulative probability is also a very beneficial topic, and again it's considered as one of the basic concepts in probability. And there are various advanced topics as well when it comes to probability distribution and lot more things. We shall be talking about them in our upcoming videos. I hope you like this video. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. And it's a request that if you are searching out for my videos, it's a request, just use the term and use my name on YouTube, and you will get the videos on the first page itself. Just add my name as a search keyword, because that's how YouTube recommends, and that's how the growth happens. It's very difficult for me to get the subscriber base right now. I'm working hard with contents, uploading a lot of projects and all those things, but not getting that traction. So please help me out with that. Rather than sharing links also helps me. But if you are able to search the keywords on YouTube search list, let's say today you are looking out for PCA, principal component analysis, just search PCA Satyajit, you will be able to get the videos. And these kind of search results helps me in video rankings and all those things. So I hope you like my contents. If you like, please like, share and subscribe the channel. Press the bell icon to get notified on my future videos. Till we meet for the next time. Thank you and bye bye.